Howdy y'all, Bourbon86X here, and welcome back to Conan Exiles, Isle of Siptah. So it's been a while since our last episode, and in that episode, if I recall correctly, we went down to the Stygian camp just up the river there, got us a new friend, and we also dived into the sorcery cave to begin our journey to become a sorcerer. We also talked about getting a horse, but we didn't really have time to the last episode, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into that now. So let's go ahead and pull up our journey steps and Outrider. So journey, okay, so capture a foal. So let me bring up the map. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna travel back down the river here, go up through this little canyon, through these ruins right here, which is also loaded with Stygians, and we should find a foal right around here. Also, while I'm over there, since we are going to need crystals to build our sorcerer's bench, I guess I'm not even going to try to say that word right now without it on the screen. But to build the sorcerer's bench, we're going to need some crystals, so I think I'm going to duck down to this area here and pick up some crystals off the ground. Hopefully, the maelstrom won't come and I just have to face a bunch of nasty demons, but if it happens, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take our Shemite Exile 3 with us. Let's go ahead and get my helmet on, and let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head down the river there, under Riverwatch Keep. And when I get closer to that Stygian camp, I will bring you guys back. So, I'll see you soon. Alright folks, welcome back. So we are just outside the Stygian camp. And before we run through though, I gained a level while fighting crocodiles on the way over. So let's go ahead and bump up our strength. Okay. And alright, so can get pretty hairy with these guys, especially if you get a lot of them on you. So what I'm going to do is get closer, a bit closer, and boom, just right. Oh, see, oh my goodness, oh lordy, that was, as you can see, that was almost really bad. I should have started running a lot sooner. Oh, and they got my guy. Yeah, those guys are pretty nasty. So let's go ahead, heal up. Isle of Siptah is not for the faint of heart. It's not like Exiled Lands where you kind of... Let's see. Let's give one of these to him. Help him out real quick, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's not like Exiled Lands where, you know, the game kind of progresses and gets harder as you move north. This game, I mean, any part of it, you can step into a pocket of bad times and regret. And if that maelstrom decides to come up while we're over here, that's gonna be one of those pockets. Alright, so also, well, we're over here. Well, I'm not going to do anything about it today because I'm much too low level, but if you see that tower, so there's the Tower of Siptah, I think, or I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's called, but if you look over there, you'll see some ruins between those two rocks, and we are going to get a very powerful friend there in a future episode. But today we're just going to focus on getting a horse. Okay, so should find one. Can't tell if that's a deer or a foal. I think that's a deer. Yeah, that's a deer. I think a pig or a hog. You definitely want to avoid that place, because if those Stygians are nasty, then that place right there is even nastier. There's a foal. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get two. I just like having a backup just in case something happens. A swift foal. Stick him there. But I'm not. Oh, look at there. Look how lucky. Stick you here. So it's just a standard foal. Alright, so now we are going to want to go around this place. As I said, we do not want to tango with those guys in there, and head down to this place and get us some crystal while we're over here. Because I could safely say I'm a bit under level. I don't know what they're fighting over there. Throwing bombs at something. Fire bombs at something. But I'm a bit under leveled for those folks in this area in general. I mean, most things won't give me a problem, but some things certainly will. Oh, there's a third foal. Those bison type creatures can be pretty. I think we're good at 2. I'm going in the right direction, yep. And rock nose. I think we can take that guy on.
You picked the wrong fight.
Let's have at these rock noses. Give you guys a little action. Plus it'll help my Conan Exiles level up a bit. Maybe. Starting to get dark. There we go, level 8. I think 7. Could have sworn he was already level 7. Yeah, level 8. Just taking a second to update, I think. Right. Okay, you can just see where we're headed right over there. Right. Got us a bit of XP as well. and get some pork too over here. And let's see, where is the cleaver? I always get so much pork. Okay. Oh, there's one of those buffalo. I don't think they'd be too much of a problem, but couldn't tell if he aggroed or not. Alright, now I have no idea if I'm heading in the right direction, and I'm not. There it is right there. Uh-oh. Looks like we're gonna find out. Maybe they can. Oh yeah, we're not doing any damage. Huh, it's not too bad. Now that kick right there. Alright. Don't worry folks, it shouldn't be dark too much longer. I do have the nighttime cycle sped up, but I always seem, whenever I'm playing on Siptah, when I'm over here collecting crystals, I always seem to come over here at night. Let's see, I should have a torch, right? It's up there. Yeah, you just come and kind of pick it up off the ground. Shine of the Drowned. So yeah, here you can do surges, which I've never done before, but I believe you go into the temple here, Lay Shrine of the Damned, and there's something you can do, and basically you can fight off waves of enemies. But never done it before. I'm actually not super. I think I said this in the first episode. I'm way more familiar with the Exiled Lands than I am Siptah. That's why I thought it would be such a fun series, because when I'm going through the Exiled Lands, it's kind of going through the motions. You know, I know what I'm doing for the most part. Siptah, though, you're kind of learning with me. You know, I have watched some other videos, some other creators who have played Siptah save files. So I kind of have an idea, but not 100%, you know. I don't know how much I want to get. I don't want to have to keep coming back here for crystals, so. And we're eventually going to need it beyond sorcery, just to, when we start making glass and things like that. I mean, once I build a base out here, or out in this, away from my starter base, it won't be as big of a problem. So, I think, well, I need to eat something and drink something. Yeah, I believe this when you do this, you're gonna, it's kind of toward the end game. Or definitely not at level 24 anyway. Alright, 446 crystal. I think that is plenty. Put my torch away, shield back on my back, and let's go ahead and head back before Maelstrom decides to cook up. And I'm not as afraid as these buffalo or bison. Way more worried about them. I seem to remember them being a lot more problematic. Honestly, those damn Stygians are way more problematic. And we gained a level. Island Cartographer unlocked. Let's get strength up to 5, and that'll give us heavy blows. Heavy and special attacks deal 10% more damage. Fantastic. Alright, so heading in the general direction we need to be going in. Just another bison. Might as well free XP, right?
God, take you. You picked the wrong fight.
So they can take off
You picked the wrong fight.
quite a bit of health. So maybe that's what I'm just been lucky to not have. Oh yeah, he's got my guy down. 36%. Okay.
God, take you.
More troublesome than I remember. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's give you some food. Let's give you 10. That should get you healing back up. Alright, so. Oh. Yeah. Just because my Shemite Exile is on his first strikeout, or his first strike before he strikes out and goes to the great beyond, we're just gonna keep on moving. Alright folks, but I'm not gonna make you guys watch me run across the field again. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back to base, and I will bring you back when we get a bit closer. Okay, I'll see you when we get there. Okay folks, welcome back. So before we head over and drop off our foal to tame it, I figured since I was on this side of the river, as I'm sure you've noticed by now, I have a bit of corruption on my health bar. So I need a dancer before I go any further in the sorcery journey, so that they can cure my corruption. So one of the best places to get one, in this area anyway, is right behind the Zen River Watch. And I say best with quotation marks because they have to spawn, and in the past it has taken them, I've had to farm that campfire. So you see those two guys on the ramp, just beyond that there's that campfire, and a dancer can spawn there. But man, it has been tough trying to get it to happen. So we're gonna hope. I figured I'd check it out. You know, the more often you check it, the more chances you'll eventually get a dancer. So I've got our exile friend here set on passive. I'm gonna go ahead and first of all, let's get the bow out, because I do not want this person up here tagging us with arrows while we're trying to knock out our potential new friend. So these guys are almost, I don't think I've ever seen one of these people be a dancer. They're almost always fighters, I think. It's my bearer who keeps getting stuck over here. She'll pop up. I swear she was at the base at my base at the first episode, but now she's back over here for whatever reason. Okay, so let's switch over to the Iron Truncheon, and let's cross our fingers that we're gonna get lucky here. So an Exile and the Stygian Carpenter one. Wonk wonk. Let's get my mace back out and let's just take these guys out. Fatality. I will take your healing. Alright, so let's head back over to our base and drop this foal off. And then we'll need to make a... Well, we'll just... I won't spoil it. Let's go ahead. So I definitely want to do the swift foal. Oh, never mind. I forgot I have a crap ton of pork on me. Okay. Alright. Horse. Okay. Alright, so next we need to unlock the saddle maker knowledge, which is, I believe, under armor. Yes. Okay. So now we need to craft the saddle, which means we are going to need a saddle maker's bench. Where is my construction hammer? What will we need for that? Okay, so we need 50 shaped wood, 50 twine, and 50 leather. Do I not even have a carpenter's bench yet? Yes, I do. Okay, so 50. Out of my way, please. There we go. 50. And shift key doesn't seem to be working very well tonight. 50. Alright, so what I like to do, just so it doesn't take up any valuable real estate, the horse is already ready to, you can kind of stick it here. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky. Come on. Oh, come on. I know you can do it. Huh. Weird. Never had this much trouble before getting it to get up here. Okay, you know what? Huh. Contact terrain. What is going on here? Alright, you know what? What? Is it bugged? I didn't get the 50 leather. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got the iron, which we're gonna need in just a second. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. Saw it turn green. Come on. Come on. Boom. Alright, craft the saddle. Right. So we're gonna need 20 twine, 68 iron bars, and 75 leather. If I can talk right. Let's go ahead. And all this raw pork. Any more? Let's see if we get everything. Well. Okay. So we'll need 18 more iron bars. twine, not wood, and 75 leather. Okay. Oh, the wood ran out. I can get that later. Okay. The 20 twine. I always forget, whenever I'm making a saddle, it never fails. I always like misremember. Usually it's the iron. I get the iron and the leather mixed up, so I'll get 75 iron and 68 leather. Don't know why my brain just struggles with making a saddle. And the very first time I ever got a horse on Conan, I didn't have a lot of materials because, you know, I wasn't new to the game, so I didn't go out and just farm materials to make sure I have what I need. So I accidentally made a rhino saddle. And then I had to wait all, you know, for everything. I didn't know anything about, you know, becoming a, you know, the admin on the single player save so that you can, you know, get more resources and everything and speed up crafting times and all of that. So it was something else. Okay, so let's get our horse. Take him down. Let's get a saddle on him. Okay, take him for a ride. We're gonna tackle an enemy, and this little crocodile will be perfect for that. Okay. And the rest of the journey, meh. I'm not too fussed about completing it because, well, I don't really care about getting the lance. And the crocodile followed us. Yeah, I'm sure everybody will take care of him. That was kind of funny, my horse ran away twice. Alright, just because, get out of my way. Alrighty, so on this episode we traveled over to the center of the Isle of Siptah and we captured a foal. We also got some crystal, and so we can continue on our journey to become a all-powerful sorcerer. And then we reared a horse in the stable, made a saddle, and we have a new friend who will help us get around the island quicker. Beyond that, I think that's going to do it for this episode. So if you are enjoying this content, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm Bourbon86X. Any support means the world to me. I'll see you guys back in the Exiled Lands and on Arrakis soon. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. Take care all. Peace out.